Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 3. We had left off. We had completed the Spectre of Death, which was down here. We completed the Shadow of Death campaign. Now, we already had done this one previously, so that one's done. Now we're on to Armageddon Blade. So we just have maybe 6 more campaigns left. Maybe a hidden one down there like the other one was. All right, Armageddon's Blade. Queen Catherine, her husband, King Roland, and Galoo, a warrior of Marathia's elite force guard, must work together to defeat the insane King Lucifer of Eofol, who will create Armageddon's Blade. With it, he plans to set the world on fire. Catherine's charge. Catherine must defeat all of her enemies, or they will flood Arathia with their evil. If Queen, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's get... I like griffins. They're pretty good.
I have underestimated my opponent's strength and resolve. During the Restoration Wars, the Kriegans were of minor concern. Now they fight with an urgency neither I nor Roland have encountered. I have pulled the bulk of my forces back behind Arathia's border. Between us and the Kriegans lies Moss Valley. It is one of Arathia's more beautiful landscapes. Tactically, it is ideal. If I can hold this valley, I can close the border. Then I can determine how to destroy the Demon King Lucifer and his quest to set the world on fire with Armageddon's blade.
Following the initial invasion of Eofold, you ran into the elite force of Kriegans known as the Fist of Unholy Might. These battle-hardened regiments pushed you back clear across the border and now threaten to push deeper into Rathia. It is here in the contested lands that lie betwixt Rathia and Eofold where you plan to make your stand, digging until reinforcements can arrive is your plan, and quite possibly Rathia's only hope. Should you fail or be defeated, Rathia will forever know emptiness, despair, and shall suffer an eternity of darkness. May the blessing of the Temple of Light be upon you and those who serve under your command. So, which one's my main person? All right. Wow. Oh, freak. Heck yeah. Um, 'Welcome, your highness,' the devil sneers. 'King Lucifer says his regard for the small part you played in his ascension to the throne. He also would like to pay his respects over your cold grave for helping to slaughter his kin. With that, the group of devilkin launches into brutal subliminal destruction. Oh no! $50 of these guys. Scout comes racing to your camp bearing a message. He bows deeply before you and presents a scroll from the General Morgan Kendall. His trembling fingers release the rolled parchment in your hands as sweat beads off his brow. This is not good. This is not good news he brings. My queen, I read to inform you that the dark forces of evil have broken through our eastern lines. I have failed you, but I swear to you, on the grave of your beloved father, that I shall fall back and protect Steadwig from the foul creatures. Rider enters your camp carrying a message scroll that bears the seal of General Morgan Kendall. You accept a scroll from the rider, break the seal, and roll the parchment and peruse its contents. Pray pardon, my queen, but I must bring you grave news. Recently, I have been witness to the strangest of occurrences. A town of odd architecture simply appeared from thin air. It had roofs like tulip bulbs made of bronze, brightly colored tent cloth everywhere, and the walls were guarded by elementals of all types. Since that first sighting, I have seen several more similar citadels dotting the countryside. I do not know what the nature of these towns, nor do I know what if they are hostile. Perhaps they might be persuaded to join our fight. Perhaps we shall need to guard against them. I do not believe anyone in this region can remain neutral for long. Pixies have been entrusted to maintain the sanctity of this elemental conflux. Enter if you dare. This is a sacred valley, and we will not be let it be disturbed. If you deem you worthy, perhaps I should let you in. Gleaming Citadel stands tall and defiant against the darkening skies that lay overhead. A sense of hope and wonderment overcome you as you approach the front gates. At this point, a scout from your outrider group trots back to report creatures not spotted. Creatures not spotted in Arathia for quite some time. They stand atop the walls and prepare for an assault. They seem very wary of strangers, but they are prepared for war. Is there something they know and you do not? With only one way to find out, you press on. Runner leaps off his steed in a hurry to bring urgent news to his queen. You take the message scroll from a smiling runner and unfurl it. The note is smudged from water stains but legible. Reading it brings some much needed light to your soul. Good news at least has come at last. My dearest Catherine, I have amassed a sizable force outside Sedgwick. It will take some time to reach position as we will be first shoring up in the eastern front. I plan to meet Kendall's army somewhere near Killian's Wake and push back the forces plaguing him there. Once that task is completed and the Cregan troops are routed, I shall bring our combined forces to your aid. You must hold out, my love. Horathia's fate depends on you holding the region. I will see you again, that I swear. Alright, let's go back and get some more people. What do you mean? Facing across the field, you rack your brain for a way to make sense of this insane war you were waging for the purpose. Could Lucifer be engaging in such insanity? What was there to gain from this? Answers to such questions won't come easily without a heavy price attached. As you ponder these and other matters, a timid monk clears his throat quietly to announce his presence. Spinning on your heels to face the sudden sound, your flame-colored hair frames your face in such a way to bring fear to the poor cleric. He shakily informs you that the crystal shard has been delivered moments ago with the express instructions that it will be shown to you immediately. Fearing it's a trap, the mages in your council choose to study it, finding no magical traps or spells to harm their queen. They show it to you. A demonic face appears from inside the shard as soon as you approach. The face of the bearded horn and has glistening sharp teeth, a wicked grin is firmly placed, which rapidly becomes a sneer as it speaks. The famed Catherine Griffinheart, or should I say the Iron Fist, seems a much more appropriate name for you. In case you did not know, I am Lucifer Cregan, King of Evil and Bringer of Doom. Oops. I hope you realize your efforts to engage me are fruitless, as is proven by my pushing your pathetic invasion back nearly to your own capital. You cannot win against the might of my armies or the power of my secret weapon. This day shall see the end of your precious Anagarsh and Roth and all that I survey. Prepare yourself for oblivion, Catherine, Queen of Arathia, for it is soon to come. With that, the image fades out, and you are left alone with the threat hanging in the air, muttering something about madmen. You go back to your planning session and prepare for battles to come. None of these people buy spell books except for her. Oh, no, that one did. A bedraggled and forlorn-looking runner arrives at your tent. He is wounded, but waved off the attendants who tried to aid him. He had a message to bring. You could tell immediately by his countenance that the news was grave. My dearest wife, I must regret to inform you that we have met with great resistance and are joined to join up with General Crendall's forces. The minions of Eofold are formidable indeed, much more than than I anticipated. Several hundred loyal warriors have fallen, and I fear that many more will be sacrificed before this is over. I am now unable to predict when we will be able to fortify your position. We will need to hold out longer than I had originally been planning on. I miss you terribly. Know that I will be there no matter the price I must pay. Nothing shall keep me from your side. Perhaps one day soon we shall be able to return to Enroth and our beloved son Nikolai Roland. Crushing the scroll, you enter your tent, eyes filled with tears. Alright, let me see something here. Alright, well, that's their strongest person right now that I'm about to fight. What does this person look like? So what I'm actually going to do, get that, get that. Nope. And I'm going to have you run away. Just like that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So that was their strongest person, and I took them out. It's a nice deed. A torrential rain begins. The rain bears an odd odor and seems to be eating away at steel weapons and armor. The court wizards do what they can to protect the troops from the acid rain, but their powers are severely limited against such an assault. It will cost dearly to fix the items. That's not that bad. I will say that. Archers, guards, Griffin. Okay. I mean, if I'm running right by it. Dude moves really far. I mean, am I just supposed to hold off, or what was the scenario description? Oh. Beyond these walls lie the dread land of Eofold, a land of tremendous volcanic rifts and prodigious lava flows. Demons of all types and forms patrol the land. A land once fertile and green and populated by a peaceful race of little people called the Halflings. That was until the night of the shooting stars when the Kriegans came. Now all that is left of their race is a few pocket villages. The demons scattered them to the four winds and turned them into embittered people with little homes and no place to truly call home. All right. Blackened walls of the border gate that once protected these lands from the horrors that lay beyond now bears heraldry of the Cregan clans of Eofola. A sickening smell permeates the area, seeping beneath your clothing and into the pores of your skin. The noxious vapors of the volcanic lands of Eofola have polluted the land and killed a great many trees. This is the fate that threatens to befall all Rathia. Should the Mad King Lucifer get his way, this is all you have to look forward to. If you fail, the realization both terrifies you and strengthens your resolve. Let me... Oh, I can't do this. That was odd. Beautiful land of demons and devilkin it is said that the Kriegans were a punishment from the gods for the sins committed by the people who strayed from the path of righteousness. This night of shooting stars is seen by many as some sort of terrible omen of doom and despair. The once fertile land of the Eoful now lie burned and black, and rivers of magma have replaced sparkling clear water, and bubbling brooks now bubble with molten rock. It is a depressing sight indeed, but the need for perseverance has never presented itself more. King Lucifer must be stopped, else the whole world of Managarish suffer the same fate as the former homeland of the halflings. Hello. Basic book. On the first day of the festival of life, the fearsome clouds that brought the hateful rain break. Brilliant light shines down upon the fields and bathes over you as you step out to view your troops, soothing your troubled soul. Perhaps the gods are in your favor at last. I probably know why. I need 6. I didn't hit the button that said yes, did I? So stupid that I can't just Um. At this point, I'm pushing everything. This city is Dark Tane, named for a dark god long ago, thought forgotten by the people of this land. His spirit lives on within the walls of monuments to his soul. For Dark Tane was a god of torture and suffering. The screams of Krieg and torture victims are like prayers to his glory. No, not anymore. Let's just take a seat. That scared me for a second. I just do something stupid. Just because I think I'm at a point of victory here. Gotta go all the way around. Panic-stricken man arrives in your camp one day with a message. Tearing it open, you pour over the letter, utterly despair, rapidly overcoming your otherwise noble visage. News that King Roland has been injured has arrived. Grief-stricken, you retire to your tent in great haste. As you continue on your quest to exact revenge on the followers you met of the mad King Lucifer, your rage grows. The shadow that covers your soul threatens to engulf you fully, but a small light flickers when another runner arrives, haggard but smiling. My dearest Catherine, I'm truly sorry I have not written, but I did hear that you had received my word of my injury. Let me assure you that there's nothing to fear. The injuries I received were not severe, nor should you have been burdened with being informed of them. I received the injuries when we finally met with General Kendall's forces. A large army of demons and hellhounds had been guarding a pass, and we needed to punch through. I led the charge, but received some minor wounds. As a result, I killed the thing responsible. Fear not, all is well, and I hope it is with you and your campaign. Standing before you is a troop of men made of living flame. Their unblinking eyes stare at you. They do not speak. When it said move to attack, they appear to be protecting something or someplace. They did not do a good job. I want everything blue. Today, before you, a city whose architecture you do not recognize, the rounded roofs, the tall spires, and the strange sound emanating from within, all as coalesce to form some sort of strange entity your scholars cannot explain. This town wasn't here the last time you passed through. Where did it come from? Who built it? These are all questions race through your mind. All you hope is that the answers within or will not lead you to force faith in the one that's already befalls Arathia should you fail in your endeavor. Just got like all of them. What the right? Boo. I didn't read that one. Didn't need to. Well, I'm just gonna start walking this way with these people. Last night, during the hour of the wolf, a lone assassin armed with demonic magic artifacts afraid camp meant with murder in his heart. As he passed near your tent opening, someone spotted him in Katai, a young swordsman captured, and upon his capture, you were immediately awoke, and much to your chagrin, your steely-eyed countenance later stared down this would-be assassin. He was questioned for only a short time before you turned to your advisor, have him drawn and quartered, and then put him on display as a warning. Alright, here we go. Bam. Just like to turn everything blue. I forget the thing. I gotta look this up real quick. I'm gonna pause it. I'm an idiot. It's literally Armageddon's blade. Yep. All right. Well, this looks like it has a lot of them. I guess we'll find out. All right. Well, that's where I'm going to end this one. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see everyone in the next video.